Hey Seedlings, welcome back to another video with me, 50, and in today's video we're going to look at how to make a Windblume drink. First, I want to thank Diona for partnering up with me make a Serenity Pot event over the duration of 1.6. This event has been going for about a week now, but submissions will only be open at 18th June. Well, I'm just gonna say the summary of the event first. So Margaret, the boss of Catstail, wants to expand the Catstail and make a summer special. And in order to do this, she would have to renovate the building first. But she needed a new, fresh idea, ideally from someone who had already gone through a lot of worlds. Who is that? Of course, it's Traveler. So travelers, come ahead to Diona Main's. I'm gonna put the link to the server down below, and then join the contest for Jean Summerskin and art commission. So we have a prize pool of 1 Jean Summerskin, 4 Welkins, as well as 3 art commissions. So now, here is the conditions of the event. You have to unlock the Serenity Pot. You have to have either Diona or the Traveler, but Diona is much more appreciated. And lastly, you have to be able to take pictures in Genshin. Well, yes, and you have to have a cat. More details on this event will be in the server, and again, the link to Diona Mains is down below in the description. I'm giving the link down below. Don't forget to check the rules and terms and conditions before joining in, and see if the method of claiming the prize is suitable to you before joining. I really hope that you enjoy this contest as much as I enjoy planning it with the moderators of Diona Mains. And again, thank you, Diona Mains, for partnering up with me. I'm really, really happy that this event finally came out. Okay, back to the video. Windblume Festival. It has been 2 updates since the Windblume Festival. Yes, so the Windblume Festival from 1.4. When I first talked to Margaret, when I first heard about that drink, in my head, I was like, I want to make that drink. I really like milk, and I really like any kind of milk-based drinks. So, yeah, I'm really into milk. Okay, I drink milk every day, no matter what flavor, no matter what kind of milk. I drink milk every day or eat any kind of dairy product every day. So this is why I really wanted to recreate this drink when I first heard about it, because it's milk based. So first, the components of the drink. What are they? So I'm going to divide the components into 3 things. One that is absolutely sure that you can find a replacement in the real world. 2 is that it's not the same thing, but you can still find a replacement in the real world. And lastly, things that really, really doesn't match. Like, for real, it doesn't match with the in-game. So first, what ingredients can you find in the real world that is exactly the same as the one in the game? There are only 2, ice cubes and milk. I mean, it's only ice cubes and milk. So just prepare some ice cubes and prepare milk. The quantity I will not say yet until the time when we're making it, because these quantities differ and I do not make it with a certain quantity in mind. Okay, for the second category of the ingredients, the one that you can find in the real world but is not the same as in game. So first I'm gonna talk about sweet flour. Sweet flour is the sugar in game. So sweet flour is literally the replacement of sugar, and for this I wanted to use sugar, but after that I keep on thinking that sugar doesn't really fit. It's sweet, but it's not if you add too much of it, it could be bitter and it doesn't have that kind of floral taste that I was expecting. So in the end, I was like, wait, sweet flower is a flower. And then usually in the real world, the sweet thing of a flower is honey. And I used honey, and I prefer honey over sugar. But if you really don't want to use honey because you think that honey tastes weird with milk teas, then you can, again, use sugar. Is your choice. But for me, I prefer honey for this Windblume drink. Again, it's people's preference, so just choose whichever that you like the most. Next is for the flower. I originally wanted to use asters because, well, it's the Windwheel Asters that we use in game, but it doesn't seem fresh. It doesn't seem like refreshing. And after that, I thought maybe it's not literally asters. Maybe we're probably just gonna use any other red colored flower that you can make tea out of. Rose? No, that taste is not refreshing enough. It tastes, how do I say this? Too rich and too, I don't know. I really don't like the taste of rose as refreshing. I mean, I like rose tea, but it doesn't seem refreshing in my taste bud. So I decided to check another kind of flower, and this time I stuck with it. It's jasmine. Jasmine is good, and it just tastes refreshing for me. For this, though, many people also ask, why do you use jasmine? Jasmine is white. Well, the reason why I use jasmine is because, well, one, because jasmine is white, obviously, and two, because it's white, it's not gonna mess around with the color too much. And lastly is because jasmine is refreshing. It doesn't matter. At this point, I'm just gonna add for other floral teas like butterfly pea flower, which is naturally blue and could make the drink blue. Sorry, the color blue does not match. And if you add milk, it doesn't really change a lot in the color department. So no matter what, I prefer jasmine, but for the recipe I'm gonna use later on, I'm using jasmine green tea because I do not have a jasmine only tea, and I don't think that I would have the energy to pick out the jasmine from the tea. I don't know. So it came in mixed. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna use it mixed already because I do not have the patience to pick out the jasmine and only the jasmine, and it has already been contaminated with each other. So technically speaking, the jasmine should still have like green tea flavoring to it. So I'm just gonna use the jasmine green tea as a whole. And it still tastes good. It doesn't matter because green tea doesn't really overpower other flavors, and especially with jasmine green tea, it still tastes more like jasmine than green tea. But you can still taste the green tea, but again, yeah, it's still good. And lastly, the last ingredients that doesn't have anything to do with the actual drink. First is toffee. So for the dandelion seed, I have several contenders for it. I tried making a drink with gold dust, peanut, and toffee. But for gold dust, it just doesn't seem right if the drink is not. The drink is going to be opaque because it's milk. So adding in gold dust, it just doesn't seem right. So gold dust out of the question. Later is peanut. Peanut sinks at the bottom. I tried to chop it very finely and sprinkle it on top, but that way I could not see that it's peanuts. I just see like little specks of gold on top. It's still not. It still doesn't make me seem like, oh, this might seem good. And yet I decided toffee because, well, toffee, it was originally from a coffee shop nearby before the pandemic. I tried it, and I feel like this idea is great. Probably I'm gonna try and use toffee, and finally toffee does float. and it contrasted the drink more than peanut does. So in the end, toffee it is. But if you want to use finely chopped peanut, it's alright. You can use peanut. Because, well, again, as I said, this is based on preference, and we don't really have a sure do recipe for this drink. And then lastly is the colorant, which it isn't actually in the game because they don't use colorant. Windwheel Aster naturally produces, no, Dandelions naturally produces a teal drink. Well, for the colorant, I put a rule. I do not want to use artificial coloring, which means all the previous ingredients that I use, none of them has artificial coloring. And of course, right now I'm not gonna use artificial coloring. I'm just gonna use something that will make it look teal. And surprisingly, I found one. It is liquid chlorophyll. Liquid chlorophyll. I have some lying around because, of course, it's not lying around. I really drink that thing. I really drink chlorophyll water because I feel good drinking it, especially after having some physical activities. So I added about a teaspoon. And remember that you cannot really, how do I say this, drink too much liquid chlorophyll at one time. It's not healthy. I added about a teaspoon or maybe 2 teaspoons in order to make it as green as green and close to teal as possible to the game, and it worked. It's really colorful. Some people say that why aren't you using matcha? Well, matcha overpowers most things. Plus, I don't have matcha. But every single time I ate something with matcha, I feel like the matcha flavor just overpowers the other components of the dish. Of course, I know that very high quality matcha would have a milder taste and is not as strong as this kind of probably low quality or artificially created matcha flavors. But knowing that matcha tend to overpower things really makes me think twice, and I don't really want the matcha, which is not a flower, to overpower the flowers that are already prepared before, because flowers are light. Adding milk, I try to make sure that I could still taste the milk. Well, with the flower, it's already hard to find that kind of unique balance. Adding matcha, we're just gonna throw it all around and the balance will be broken, and I really don't want that. So that's it. The ingredients. I'm going to start from the start. There's milk, ice cube, jasmine tea, or any kind of flower that you choose. Again, refreshing for me, might not refreshing for you. And then there's also honey or sugar, chopped toffee or chopped peanuts, finely chopped so that they can float on top. And lastly, liquid chlorophyll or any other green stuff that you can find. Some people say like mint puree or any kind of green puree. Well, it's your choice. I really do not want to mess out with the flavor, so that's why I use liquid chlorophyll, because the flavor is not prominent, and even if you can feel the flavor, it just tastes like seaweed. But overall, I just don't have any like particular taste at all. So now let's get to making the drink. First, what you want to do is brew your tea. I don't recommend brewing your tea directly on the milk because, again, I really want that infusion, but I really want both sides to show the color immediately. Like the taste and not overwhelm each other. If you're brewing the tea in the milk, for me, I tried that and the milk kind of overpowers the tea a little bit, and I don't like that. So this is why I say brew it separately. However, if you feel like your chosen tea is too strong, then it's okay to brew it in the milk. And once you're done, while they're hot, pour it into a cup with about a teaspoon of honey or a teaspoon of sugar dark already inside. I don't recommend adding a lot because floral teas are about sweet, and milk are usually also sweet. And so adding as little added sweetness as possible is my target, and just add about a teaspoon of honey or a teaspoon of sugar. Put it in, stir, give brewing a stir. If you're brewing it separately, make sure that it's a ratio of 1:1. If you're brewing it on the same time, then just put it in. This recipe is for a 250 milliliter mug, by the way. And after putting it together, just stir everything until they're all combined, and then add in your coloring. For this thing, I just put 2 teaspoons of liquid chlorophyll, stir it, make sure that the color is right. On lighting, different lighting makes the color different. And after that, add in the finely chopped toffee or finely chopped peanut on top, and just make sure that they don't sink. And there you have it, your Windblume drink. I'm sorry that I did not have actual pictures of the drink. I got too excited and drank it already, and I forgot to take a picture. So just look at my art. All right. Yeah, that's all to make it. Oh wait, I forgot. Add in the ice cubes before you add the chopped peanuts or toffee. Add in the ice cube before you add the chopped peanut and toffee. I'm going to put this on text on the description down below as well. So yeah, that's all to this recipe. Thank you guys for watching, and give this video a like if you really like this recipe, and comment down below if you have any ideas, like what if we use A or what if we use B instead, and I might try that. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos and ring the notification bell so that you don't forget so that you don't miss any new videos from me. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!